Now in my head I was thinking, oh, blah, 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 but it was my fault because I'd say I was talking bad a lot about the actual society members of the time, and I said they've done a shit job. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna change it. At the time, I thought maybe okay, maybe they could because they counted the votes. I thought maybe they rigged it, etc. But I thought, F it, doesn't matter, right? Take defeat, it's cool, right? And if that was now, I'd be like, okay, cool. But I was a bit of a sore loser at the time. But I didn't realize what would happen would be even better because of my campaigning around uni and everything, and going into lectures and the way I was doing it, no one was doing it. I was walking into a random lecture that wasn't my lecture. I'd go to the front and tell the lecturer, listen, I need to do a quick thing and say, guys, my name's Naveed, make sure you vote for me, etc. Now, the next year when we come back, everyone in law knew me, not just the people in my year, in every single thing, also the people in other courses, they'd heard of me and heard about me because they said, okay, we know about your campaign. I ended up becoming, so instead of being a law social sec, just for in the law sector, the whole uni ended up knowing me and I was quite friendly and I was basically like a social sec for the whole uni in a sense because if I threw a party, I remember when I threw my party, like it was mad, like everyone was coming in and listen, the way I did it, I'm Asian in it. So I was the only party where people come in and there was like samosas there. I had crisps, samosas and stuff like that. The white people are walking in saying, I've never seen this before in my life. I go, listen, I said, I'm Asian. I go, this is what we do. I go, we got to feed you, innit? So as they're walking in, the tables there with food and stuff and the loads of food and it was a good time, man. So actually I said the three parties, but no, it was mine. My birthday party, that was the best one. And everyone said to me, like, even when someone random was coming into the party, like I said, someone random, but they'd come with a friend and say, oh no, I heard about your party, I know you didn't invite me. I was like, nah, chill. And that's what I was doing. Like I was walking around the party, like I was walking around asking everyone, are you having a good time? Do you need anything? Have you eaten? Etc. So, yeah.
Samosa party. Should have had some kebabs with the samosas.
Yeah. No, but I was creative. I remember thinking, okay, what can I do? Like I want to make everyone feel welcome.
You need
and
the
have a good
kebab for the samosa, bro. Come on.
But honestly, like, even though I create content now and stuff like that, listen, it was like I was famous in uni, but I wasn't famous. But it was because in that bubble where there was 30,000 people, them people knew me. And it was like wherever I'd go, like if I wanted to go, let's say like I was, the uni had a night out or something and I'd gone there and never had a ticket, the organizer would be like, nah, Naveed, come. If there was a book sale in the law thing, they would literally say to me, yo, you don't have to wait in the queue, come. Like it was mad. Like, and why am I saying this? I'm saying this because sometimes you can fail, but something greater is to come. And you might think, you might not realize at the time and think, oh shit, I really wanted that. Why didn't I get it? And when I was thinking about the law side of things, I think, why didn't I get it? But it worked out better for me. It actually worked out better for me.
Oh, basta cara. Ganna story jab is pehla uni.
You asked me about it. But relax. You asked me about it. I told you to tell me dance on it.
Bas bhi karya kar.
Do we boss go now? You know what it is? Your forehead's so big. I thought you must have a big brain. So I thought I'd have to explain to you a lot of things in it. Let me see your ears. Turn around.
Really nice.
Let me see your ears. Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why I have to talk so much, because I have to make sure you can take it in.
So, when you go to sleep, do you dream about uni?
Not at all. I don't really.
You're very passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it. Yes, I'm passionate about it because it was one of the best times of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll do the final match and then I'm gonna go. Basically, yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? It's interesting to talk about. Find it interesting. Do you not find it interesting? Probably not.
When are you looking to get married?
I don't know, but maybe next year or the after. Call the street, tell him come.
Fair enough.
But oh, speaking of what I was saying, I'll tell you one thing now. I remember this is discipline, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking about uni, I remember I met a girl, yeah,
Yeah.
and we went on a few dates, we were chilling and stuff, and then I don't know, she started moving a bit weird, yeah,
Yeah.
like pulling away. So if someone pulls away, I'm like, cool, forget, I'm not chasing you. So, anyways, she ended up like I had like a boxing match coming up, yeah, and I remember like especially at that time, I wasn't gonna be with any girl at the time because I had to focus, and I wasn't feeling well. And then like she'd found out I'm not feeling well to a friend of hers, and she tried phoning me and saying, "No, let me come down. And I want to get feeling." I'm thinking, "Hold on one second, you pulled away. Like, why are you acting like this now?" Then she ended up outside my door. Yeah, knocked on my door. I didn't know it was her. Opened the door. It was her. I was like, "What are you doing here?" She was, "I really wanted to see her." Blah blah blah. This that. And once I'm off someone, I'm off him. So anyway, I remember now. She goes, "I'm gonna buy you food." I go, "No, you're not gonna buy food." She goes, "No, I've ordered it already." So obviously student lifestyle, didn't have much money anyway. So I was like, well, okay. Anyways, she got the food. Food come, we ate now. And then she started trying to make a move on me, right? And I said no. And she was like, why, why not? And I said, firstly, I go, look, I go, I'm not attracted to you anymore like that. I've only let you into my house because I'm not a rude person. And because you came, I told you not to come, but because you've come now, I'm not going to tell you to go, right? And secondly, I said I've got the boxing match coming up, so I can't. I don't want to be around a girl right now.
Yeah.
I've got to focus, and I feel like that was a very disciplined like experience because that. To cut a long story short, put it this way, it was to that extent that she ended up taking some of her undergarments off, right? Yeah. And I had to kick her out of my house. Right, yeah?
Did you kick her out without the undergarments?
No. She just took her bra off, and I said, and that's on undergarments. She took her bra off, and I said, "Nah, don't do it." But then I basically said to her, "You got to go on it."
Like,
And then,
what did he actually say? No, no.
no, I said, no. She was like, she was saying to me, basically, she was saying she wants me or whatever, and I said, "Nah." I said, "Is that happening?" I said, I said, you got to go, man. I said, don't mess about. Anyway, she left. But why I remember that situation is because when I was moving house and I was leaving the house from uni, that was still there. And I remember when I was cleaning everything up, that was there.
The undergarment.
And you were all moving out. And then my housemates asked me, "Where's that from?" And I started laughing, and I was like, "It's not what you think."
That's deep. You should have at least contacted her, sent it back to her, man.
I just lost contact with her, you know.
Would you ever want to get contact with her again?
Nah, like obviously, don't get me wrong. If I saw her, I'd still be cool with her. Like, there's no like bad energy or anything. But the thing, and that's why I wouldn't ever mention her name or say who she is. But what I'll say is that no, because once I'm off someone, I'm off them. Like, see me, I know what kind of person I am, and I know I have a lot of positive. I've got a great personality, I've got a lot of energy. Whenever a girl has come into my life, they will always think about me, and I know that they're never gonna meet a guy like me. Whether you can, that's not an ego thing. It's the truth because I have a lot of energy. I'm very spontaneous. I'm very confident, and I'm very easygoing. Does that make sense? I'm not a controlling guy. I'm easygoing, and I and I'm quite funny. I'd like to think I'm quite funny, and the girls who have
But you
liked
haven't
me,
made me laugh once, so
yeah, but you're not a girl that is attracted to me or I'm attracted to you, so that's a different story.
but
But
you can still make people laugh though.
yeah, but I don't know. The girls who have been attracted to me find me really funny. A lot of people find me funny.
How do they find you funny? Like how?
I don't know. I feel like when you know me, it's a bit different because you don't realize you won't take certain things. But I feel like when I meet people first, especially like I feel like in real life I'm quite funny. Like the things that I'll do, like I'm very like I've been with girls and randomly
What's the most
jokingly
funniest thing you've done?
not funny, but a funny situation for a girl on a
But
date, but she
can you
found
do
it
me a
amazing.
favor? Can you just get to the point?
No, I'm telling you how I want to tell you, right? So basically, I've just joked, and someone has taken a photo of us, and I said, I've got a 1D, and I said, oh my God, will you marry me, right? And it was funny because the people in the photo actually believed it, and she was like, say yes, yes, and she was like, yes, and she started laughing, and obviously she knew it's a joke because it's not a real proposal because it's a first date. But she found that extremely funny, and as she said, no one's ever done that. She goes, oh, I never knew I'm gonna get proposed to like that. And I ended up dating her for quite some time, but even that situation, so it's not me being, some girls who haven't got humor wouldn't find that funny. Some girls would find that embarrassing. But I feel like a girl with a sense of humor would find that quite funny. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You don't, but and guys, if any guys are watching this, no, guys, no, hear what I'm saying, guys. If any of you are watching this and you're thinking, I'll explain the psychology behind it, and you'll realize, okay, every girl imagines the date, right? Girls imagine the wedding, right? Since they're young, they imagine the wedding. They've seen the movies, and they imagine their proposal. So when you just do it in a funny way, when they know obviously you're taking the piss, so it's not like you've been dating them for 3 years or something. It's like you're just on a date and you're just doing it as a joke. It's like a real but fake situation, and it's quite funny to them because it's like, whoa, okay, I've never been proposed to, and I never imagined. So this is something that they've always thought about their whole life, and then you've just done it, and there's people there, you're like, I'm joking, but it's like, wow, okay, so. Do you know what I mean? And then that girl.
Do you prefer Asian or Korean?
I don't have a type anymore. I used to, but I'd say every country has beauty.
Every hole is to go.
No. Every country has beauty.
You was about to say every hole is a go.
No, I don't. I said I'm not like that. I don't. I swear to God, I don't. I'm not like they are. They are girls who I've met and I could have easily been with, and I've not because I've been like, nah, can't be with this person.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? So what's your take on this?
Take on what?
On what I'm saying?
I think that's pretty good. You're quite unique. Stand up from the crowd, Somebody said you're a babe magnet.
No, I'm not a babe magnet, but
Why is
listen. All I'll say is this, yeah? I'm not a babe magnet at all.
Oh, what is a babe magnet?
What I will say is, it's like, what I will say is that I feel like, so anyone can have a beautiful girlfriend. It's just a numbers game.
What do you mean by numbers game? Like body count?
The more girls you talk to, the more you're gonna, the more girls you ask out, the more likelihood you are. So, let me give you an example. Okay, it's same as sales, isn't it? So if you talk to 100 people or 20 people, you're gonna get a sale, right? And it's the same as asking someone out. So listen, you could have a threshold now. So if you have a threshold and you say, okay, I'm not gonna ask out any girl for the sake of it. The only girls I'm gonna ask out are girls who I know are ridiculously beautiful in my head. No one else has to think they're ridiculously beautiful, but in my head, I know they're ridiculously beautiful. They're the only ones who you're going to ask out. So you're not just going to ask out any girl. They're only going to ask out the girls who you find ridiculously beautiful, right? obviously, if you go to Dubai, you're going to see a lot of them. So so now you might say, "Oh, I don't see a ridiculously
Sorry,
beautiful
my
girl every
friend
day."
just sent me a funny video.
Okay,
Oh
cool.
God.
Listen,
Huh?
listen. You might say, okay, you can't see a ridiculously gorgeous girl in every room you go in, or if you walk into a room, there's only one. Yeah, but that's where you're going. So, for example, when you see Instagram and you see the models on Instagram, you can see where they're going. So, obviously, me, if I have ever been in a situation where I've met someone, it's been a situation where there are quite a lot of beautiful people. So it's made it easier that if I did get rejected by someone else, even in that same room, because there's a high ratio of beautiful people, you end up meeting someone else.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving that example. I'm not someone who's doing that now. I'm just saying generally, like in my life, when I have met someone beautiful, I've realized that that's the reason why.